Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the BulletProof Hitches heavy duty ball mount for 3-inch hitches. Now with us right now we've got their smallest size, but BulletProof Hitches has a really wide offering in different drop heights, going from this one up to some really large drop heights for lifted trucks, things with bigger ground clearance, and we'll talk about all those today. Now I know I mentioned that this is the heavy duty ball mount from BulletProof, and what that means is it's one of their series. They've got their medium duty, heavy duty, and extreme duty. And really the difference between those is just going to be the weight capacity. In the case of the heavy duty series that we're looking at today, you're going to have a 22,000 pound gross trailer weight rating for the 2 5/16 inch ball, and a 12,000 pound gross trailer weight rating for the 2-inch ball. That's how much weight they're rated to pull. And then all throughout the ball mount, you've got a 3,000 pound max tongue weight. That's the maximum downward pressure on the end of the ball mount. Be sure to, of course, check your vehicle that you're putting this on and go by the lowest rated component, because you don't want to overload the vehicle, you don't want to overload the ball mount if it's the limiting factor. Just be sure you're towing safely. And those weight capacities will remain the same across the entire heavy duty line. But there are going to be some different options, and that's going to come down to the ball mount size or the drop height. I know I mentioned that this is the smallest one we've got today. It's going to give you a 5 1/4 inch drop in the maximum drop position like we have it in right now, or when flipped upside down in the hitch, will give you a 4 1/4 inch rise. And BulletProof Hitches does a great job at giving you tons of size options. Like I mentioned earlier, if you've got a lifted truck and you need a bigger ball mount, this is probably the way to go, because those size options will increase in 2-inch increments all the way up to a maximum drop of 17 1/4 inches or a 16 1/4 inch rise when that one's flipped over. So tons of options to choose from, and you can find the right one for your truck and trailer combination. And just for reference, this is the platform for the 11 1/4 inch drop. You can see it's substantially larger, and for our vehicle today, it would probably come a little bit too close to the ground for comfort. This would work better on a slightly lifted truck, and some of those really big sizes would be for extremely lifted trucks. So be sure you're checking your vehicle, checking its ground clearance, and picking out the right one for the vehicle too, just because you don't want to get one that's too big and then limit yourself. With this, you have all the same benefits you'd get from a normal adjustable ball mount. You got easy to do height adjustment, so if you've got multiple trailers with different ground clearances and height requirements out of the ball mount you're using, it's very easy to swap those out using the included stainless pins and clips, or if need be, swap to a different ball size for a different coupler. I know I mentioned the different sizes earlier, and that's going to be probably your most common sizes you're working with on a ball mount this size. And it's just nice that if you've got multiple trailers, you've got an easy way to accommodate all of them in one package, rather than having multiple ball mounts with different drop heights for different scenarios. Now, one thing to know with this is that it doesn't include a hitch pin and clip. And it's important to pick up the right hitch pin. The ball mount has a 5/8 inch diameter pin hole. And since it's for those 3-inch hitches, you just want to make sure you pick up a pin that has a long enough span to accommodate a 3-inch hitch. I'd strongly recommend a locking pin, just because with a ball mount like this, you want to protect it. And if you just have a standard pin and clip, anyone could come by and take it when the ball mount's not actively in use. It's a just easy way to protect your investment. I'd recommend the etrailer locking pin because you can find it in that appropriate diameter and span, and I just like the way that the lock threads on. But something I can point out now while I'm flipping it over is it's got a solid shank all throughout, and that is going to make this quite heavy, even on this smaller size. It's something to consider also as you're going up to the larger sizes, that there's going to be a lot more material here. But there's certainly no doubt that this thing is well built because of that. And you'll also notice there's 2 pinholes to choose from, spaced about 1.5 inches apart. That'll offer you more clearance if you use this outside one, or a little less clearance if you use the inner one. So I'll just flip this into that rise position right now so we can check that out and see what it looks like. And I'll go to that furthest in pinhole and repin it. A good reason to maybe use that further out one, maybe if you need more clearance from the hitch because you do have this reinforcement gusset on the back. in our case today, it's totally fine. We've got plenty of clearance, but you may consider doing that if your trailer's sitting a little too close to your truck. This will be where the coupler hooks up, and if you want a little bit of extra clearance, that could be a way to get it. But we'll take a measurement though from the center of the pinhole to the center of where that coupler is going to hook up on the ball. It's 11 3/4 of an inch. So that's again on that inner pinhole, and we could get ourselves a bit more clearance if we needed it. And that's really all there is to it. For an adjustable ball mount, these options from BulletProof Hitches are actually fairly basic. You really get a lot in the name of adjustment, getting these really large drop heights and rises if you need them, but also they excel in all the different accessories that can pair with them. That channel where the balls mount in also can accommodate other accessories like steps or a pinto lock to allow you to tow a Lynette ring trailer, or maybe even a receiver tube if you wanted to put a bike rack in here on the weekends, go up biking with your friends and family, and then just easily get back to towing during the week. Not a lot of other brands have those options, and if that's what you're looking for, then BulletProof Hitches has got you covered there. But if you're primarily using this for towing and all those accessories don't really matter, then there's other options out there. And you may even consider a shock absorbing ball mount if you've got something like a race trailer or a camper that you want to have a bit of a smoother ride. The Gen Y torsion ball mounts are a great example. They've got ones for those 3-inch hitches, a shock absorbing system, and they're adjustable with, again, a really wide range of drop heights if you need it. Or you could even go with an option like the shocker hitches that have an airbag that you can adjust and dial into your trailer. But if you're just looking for something pretty simple to get the job done and you like the option of accessories, then I think the BulletProof Hitches heavy duty ball mount could be a good fit for you. Thanks for watching.